the middle of somewhere Nevada. Sun is going down and the road is going on, and I haven't gotten tired enough to want to stop anywhere yet. I always kind of just get a feel for places, and if I don't like the feel of a place, I just keep going because somewhere will show up. That's a good baby. So anyway, I'm just driving, and I'm filming a lot of the road and just doing what I do, because this to me is beautiful. This is incredibly meditative, and I just get to watch the scenery, and I get to see the different faces of the different personas of our planet and our home. And one of the things that I got to thinking about, because this trip for me was spontaneous, I had the ability and just kind of kept going. And as I went, I just kind of started sharing, and then the ideas for how to build that into something came. But, I'm driving and I'm thinking about where I am in life and what I'm doing and how good this feels and how much I really enjoy just kind of not really having any real point or lecture to it other than this is how I see the world, and I'm out here seeing it because I want to see it. And if you like it, I hope you like it too. Driving was always really therapeutic for me. I also really like that I get to stop different places and meet different people. There's something that seems providential about kind of living like that. Like when you don't really know what you're going to be up to for the day, when you have the freedom in your day to just kind of be at the whim and the call of the mood of the day, of the place, whatever stimuli just arises naturally in the day, you have these encounters with people that stop seeming meaningless. Everywhere I have stopped, even when it was a pointless stop, as far as things that really matter, it was just getting gas, or I needed something to eat, or the dogs needed water or to walk. When you start kind of living that way and not putting the expectation on it and just kind of trusting to be with what rises, the people that you run into, the conversations change. And it's not that the people change, it's that your motivation for the interaction changes. The pressure of time changes, so you're getting to the point less, you're looking at people more, and you're seeing what is around you a little bit differently. So I've really enjoyed that aspect. I've really enjoyed kind of getting to develop that perspective with people. It's definitely healing from taking everybody for granted because you're just running through a schedule in the day and living according to everybody else's designs, because that's what you believe you were supposed to do, and that somehow that was going to bring you happiness, all this sacrifice. There's a whole lot of thoughts that run through my head when I'm sitting by myself. My mind goes very, very fast. But when I came on here, what I was really kind of thinking about was how I have learned in this trip that I had two big understandings that actually just kind of came to me today, and what it is that I'm looking for, because I'm not just out here rambling all over. I am looking everywhere because I'm trying to find a place that calls to me that says, hey, this is this is where I want to be. But I haven't found that yet, and I'm going to keep looking. And I'm sure there'll be a stepping stone before I find the one that is the final place. But right now I'm still just kind of looking around in a country I've never seen and going, what feels like a fit? What feels like mine? Where do I think my next stage is going to be? What do I like? What do I enjoy? When that's always been defined for you, well, it leaves a whole lot of check boxes that you don't even know you have the option of checking. So half the time I'm figuring out what I'm looking for as I go, and that's part of the adventure. But what I realized is I started out thinking that I was looking for like a home, a place. And I realized, like my cave, because for me and for the way I handle energies, having that place that I can retreat to cleanse and protect and take care of my own needs is really important to me. So I was, looking for like the right house. And then I had this realization today that wasn't what it was. That cave feeling that I like inside the house, that is an internal condition within me that I take anywhere, because wherever I go, whether it be a hotel or a tent or a house or an apartment, it's going to turn into my cave. I am going to turn that into my comfy spot and do what I need to do to nest in that space. So I had the realization today that was a superficial and not really what it was I was trying to understand and find, which was very freeing to me. When you have these realizations and then you kind of go, you know what, I think I knew that the whole time, just not out loud. I kind of feel silly about it, So I'm driving and I'm sitting here giggling about myself, going, I'm not looking for the perfect house, and because I'll cave anywhere and turn it into my nest. I'm not looking for that. So then the next question was, well, then what was it? Because I've taken control of the narrative of my life again, that means I've had to redefine the set and the characters and who's going to play those parts. That means a lot of defining my needs. And so then I realized that I always thought I looked at the environment as one thing, like one setting, and it really isn't, because that cave, that sense of home that I was looking for, was the internal part, and I do have that. I've done enough of the work on myself that I have a great deal of self-love at this point in time. I trust myself to take care of myself. And now, after having looped around the country and things, I know that. I don't have any problems with the cave part of it anymore. So what was the part I was missing? And that was that there was an external environment to me also. And these go back to those core childhood things, right? Because there was the environment of my home and my family and my siblings that set the framework for how I define home. And then there is everything that happened outside my house, and that plays into how I define roles and, like, what does mother and father mean? What does protector mean? What does being a caregiver, nurturer, overgiver? What do these things mean to me? Well, I didn't realize that the environment itself was also polarized into the home and then everything outside. To me, it all just kind of merged into one. And so in having that realization today as I was driving, it took more pressure off again. Sorry, I veered off the line because I'm trying to take off my shoe. So if I'm looking for those external things, again, that is a sense of feeling safe in the external world with all of its variables that aren't in control. I know I can handle the cave. Not having to find a specific house and just know that I get to look at the land and the environment, and do I like the temperature? Do I like the weather? Do the people feel okay? And I get to define that external environment and know that the cave is secure and that they're separate. They don't have to be one thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect house on a perfect piece of land with like this perfect community. The cave can be perfect and the outside can be chaotic, and we'll find balance in the middle. I know I'm rambling, but I'm mostly just thought journaling to myself anyway. But it felt really kind of neat to just have that awareness that the house and the environment around it, the land, the place, those were two different things to me that I was looking for. And they aren't enmeshed necessarily. So like, I can deal without having the perfect house if the perfect place is there, because I can make any house a den. That's the correct angle that I'm getting at. Whereas before I was looking for the perfect house because it all focused on the house. If I have the house okay, then I can tolerate the land. And no, I need the land to be okay because I already know I can tolerate any house. So anyway, really that was just kind of an interesting dissection of my own past experiences and how they have shaped my worldview in a way, a different way of looking at it. And I know it's kind of a simpler way of looking at it in some aspects. Like, I'm not going into a whole lot of the nuances of it. My mind did all of that on its own already today. So I don't really feel like that's what I want to do right here. I really just kind of want to sink in and ground in that definition of home is firmly within me, because that cave is really just a physical representation of my own aura, my energetic shielding myself. It is another manifestation of that bubble that I place around me. And I am comfortable enough in my aura that like its energy is going to turn any building into home, into the cave and the den that I need to go back to recover and heal and regenerate. So it really is the land that I'm talking to, and not even the people on it, because like I said too, this perspective shift, almost every interaction that I have seems to be orchestrated, to be something meaningful. They aren't just small talk, how's your day, how's the weather, how's sports, the basic stuff. It's talk to a gas station attendant about economics and why prices in Sedona are set not to his capability as a minimum wage employee compared to just down the hill or a state over, because it's the businesses know that the wealthy can afford it, so they raise the prices because they're marketing to the wealthy, not to the workers that are going to be there, because they have worker towns for workers. But in the resort town itself, like, prices are all jacked up because they know who has money, and if they're there, they're going to make them pay for it. So it's just, and then all the rest of us just get caught in the middle, so it's very exclusionary. But it's just like conversations like that, and it's like this is the way I'm living my life right now, and it's exactly the way I've always wanted to live. It was just traveling, getting to see lots of people, have deep, meaningful conversations, get to learn from others and their perspectives, and sorry, there are things going on around me, obviously, with the lights behind me, and there's a car in front of me that is in distress, so I think it's a tow truck coming to the semi, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm not in the way. Anyway, so sorry, just still trying to drive and be responsible. Oh look, I'm just outside Nye County line. Nigh on made it. driving. I love being able to get out into the world. I love getting to stop different places, and how just within like a day you can be in completely different climates. All the land just looks different. It breathes different. To the left of me right now, there is a mountain that looks like a face. I'm going to try and turn it. I don't know. But there's a mountain that totally looks like a face. Oh, I hope I got it. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it. It's just too far for that mountain to go on my rear view mirror, and it's just too far for that. It's just too far for that. These poor girls, man. I drive like a demon. I stop all the time and take them out and walk them around, but today's been a long day. I have to go back and get my plates and my registration, because I basically just got my car, got it started and left, because I knew I could loop back and it'd be okay. I haven't been worrying about a whole lot. I know it'll all be okay if I just do what is the next right thing now. Check in with myself, take care of myself, pay attention to what's around me. There isn't a whole lot that I have to worry about. I don't. The fear comes up because I'm just not very familiar with the world. I'm a little bit better at it now, but when I left, I was not very familiar with the world, but just a little bit of attention and a little bit of care and use of my background. And the world is not scary. People are the same everywhere. The land changes, the people don't. There are the same hurting people, the same mean people, the same loving people everywhere. And the loving people are getting louder. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep running into them everywhere. They'd be a lot harder to find, and I seem to find them in every place. And I seem to be finding more and more pockets of them everywhere I go to, and that's a pretty amazing thing to be experiencing. So, anyway, I was just kind of feeling a thought stream, and that's how I talk. I just thought stream. I don't plan things. That's the way my mind works, and it tends to come out right or wrong that way, This is mostly for me to preserve my own thoughts and thinking and progress and growth. And if it helps anybody else, then awesome. If it doesn't, at least they got to enjoy some nice drives. So, anyway, it's getting dark. I should probably start looking for somewhere to stop for tonight.